We're back at Windermere. We've come over for the weekend, just me and Cooch, to spend a bit of time over in the Lake District. And we thought we'd, we're actually staying in Bowness, and we thought we'd come over to the other side of Windermere again, but more nearer to the lake, which I don't know if you can see, it is behind me there. And I'm just looking in the woods at the moment, just having a walk through the woods to see if there's any possible markings on the ground or anything that's strange looking. I mean, I have come across some markings on the ground, but I think it's mostly deer where they've been scraping at the ground to get to the roots. I'm in the middle of a fern field, it almost looks like, which is all that, and it's hard to get through. And I've never noticed this before, but earlier on I was further down and I came to a similar area, and the ferns themselves are giving off like a spice smell, like a smell of spice is what you would add to a curry, almost like a korma smell. Quite strange. I've never smelt that before, but it's every time I've walked to an area like this and there's all this fern, that's what I'm getting. I'm looking at that place over there. There are like twigs and bits of what look like branches that have stacked up against the tree. Now I do know that the Forestry Commission do that to help the wildlife and the insects. They put them up so the insects go there, and overwinter, that's where they hibernate. So that's an explanation, but I wouldn't imagine them doing it around this area. I'm going to go down towards the lake where Cooch is waiting for me. I was just sidetracked, and we're walking along the path, the main path. As you can hear the dogs barking. And we're walking along the main path, and every so often I'll see little trails, what look like game trails coming into the woods. So I'm just coming off the path and into the woods and having a look round. So that's what we're doing over here. Tomorrow I'm hoping to get over to Whinlatter Forest, where Alan, when he was camping out, got some wood knockings. He's given me the exact area of where he was camping. He's pinned it down on the maps for me and shown me where it is. So I'm going to go over there tomorrow with Cooch, and we're going to have a look around that area. So I'm going to go back down to the pass now. But it's such a lovely area coming around here. I always like coming to Windermere, especially you've got these vast woods on this side, because we are on the west side of the lake, but we're up near the northwest side of it, should I say, across from Troutback is, you'll see in the water just behind me, I don't know if you can see it, but there's somebody on a boat. You can't really see because of the reflection of the water. There we go. You can see that person on a boat there. Now across from there is Troutback. It's quite busy on here today. I keep stopping and starting because there's people coming up behind me and people coming from in front of me. I'll get you to a point where I can show you what it's like where I am. Just here, actually. So along the path we're heading over to that area where you can see the boats in the water, and probably possibly come back down and go to a different part as well. It depends what it's like, how wooded it is over there and how busy it is really. You can see we've got a boat. It's going across there now. Yeah, it's definitely busy around here today. Especially on the path and the little beaches that are around this area. It looks as though we've got this little bit of a mooring all to ourselves, and a little bit of a beach to sit on over there, have a bit of a rest before moving on. It's a lovely area, no one around actually, so it's like apart from them on that boat behind me. And I'm not sure if this is a mooring, which they'll be coming over in a bit telling me to leave, if that's the case. Got Cooch over there with a book. She's reading that while I'm having a walk round, so she doesn't get bored. Lovely sound, with the waves coming in. Let you listen to that while I'm stood here. They seem to be disappearing now, so I don't think it was a mooring. We've got this little dying tree over here, or dead tree, should I say, which it's hanging on by a few roots before it topples over. It won't be long before that falls in the water. Be a nice area to come and have a picnic. Today's on a Saturday, and I was half expecting this place to be packed out full of people with the canoes. But it looks as though they've all gone over to Bowness and Windermere, because when we left there, it was very, very busy. So rather than coming out to nature and using this area, they've decided to go and do the shopping. Which myself, I'd rather come here and do something like this than go to a supermarket. So all them woods over there, which this wooded area or forest, seems to stretch from here going all the way down to Bowness. You're talking about a good 2 miles going down that way of just forest, which stretch over and go up into GRISDALE. These are the forests that these things, people have heard wood knocking in this area. People being frightened off by what they thought the Bigfoot creatures. We got Daniel's account.
And it's still crashing around behind me, and I don't know what it is. I've no idea, but it's a big animal. Whatever it is, it's a big animal. It's not a fox, it's not a badger, it's breaking branches. And so at this, I'm scared witless. There was a bit of a smell in the air, but I didn't really register that at the time. I've got an animal moving, crashing through the bushes about 50 foot behind me camp. Got no, the only defence I've got is my air rifle. Fear of God was put into me, hairs on the back of my neck stood up. I didn't, and I know the wilderness out there, and there's not much scares me.
Well, we had one account happening over there, and then one over on this side.
It was like it was paralleling me down the side of the hill and behind some bushes, and then I stopped, and then it stopped, and that's when I've gone, if it was a deer or something, it wouldn't stop when I stop, it'd just carry on and it'd probably bolt. So I started running at this point, and I've heard it start running as well, and I've absolutely cracked myself again, and I've had that fear again. And so, as I've been making it back down to the camp, which was only a short distance really, I've seen something pass a gap in the side of the bushes next to me, and I've absolutely scared the bejesus out of me. So instead of going down to my camp, I've gone to see Bladesy to get some security in his camper van, because that's the only secure place I think it can be.
So it's quite a vast area. So to be out here and looking for any sort of evidence, it could be anywhere. But I'm just choosing the places where there's been reported sightings to see whether I can get any evidence from this area where we are today. And it is such a big area, because the lake actually stretches from where I'm not at the top of the lake actually, but from the top of the lake, which is behind me, going all the way behind this bit of a hill behind me, and going right down to the bottom in the distance, is about, I believe, 11 miles long. From this shore to the opposite shore, over near Bowness, and a bit further up, I think it's about a mile across. So that's how big this area of lake is. And it's just on this side, it's just fields and woods, or should I say forest, because it's a mass forest that starts here and goes all the way to GRISDALE, and then further over that way, with a few lakes in between here and there, because you've got Coniston as well, which if you do get elevated high enough that you can actually see all the different mountain ranges around, and all the different forest, the vastness of the forest and the fields. Anything could be moving around this area. Again, I've left the path and coming into the woods. Got a good spot here. There's lots of deer prints. So there is food for anything out here. Just following this path round. It looks like a deer path. Lots of flies around here. Gonna walk over here. See, I'm seeing lots of scuffle marks on the floor, and I believe it's a deer. But this one here, it almost looks like a foot mark, but I don't think it is. It's just the way it is. Not sure which way to go. It's so big. I'm meant to be meeting Cooch back on the path down at the bottom. Now, the only way I know is where the path is to listen out for the waves and where people are. It's hard to see around here what's underfoot. A big branch here I've got to get over because it's a fern upon fern, so it's hard to see where the floor is, and I'm going downhill. So it's yeah, I'm getting to an easier bit here. Not easier than the other bits. Ow. Quite thick. You know, I've got all this forest behind me. The path is just that's the lake, and the path is just there. But it's so hard to get through this little bit from here, just to get to where the path at the side of the lake is. Well, it would be hard for anyone to come at this particular spot where I am. It would be hard for anyone to come and do a bit of camping unless they actually moved all the fern bushes and could get a flat piece of ground. But I can imagine something living out here, even if it's a big cat. You know, we've got big cats around Cumbria. I'm going to go this way. Yeah, I'm going to go this way. Because there is no DNA proof of big cats stalking these areas around the lakes. So I believe anything like that could be living there. Or even the British Bigfoot could be within these trees behind at this particular moment as I'm walking. And I'm saying that, you know, I believe 100% what these people have said to me and what these people have, what the witnesses have experienced in this area. And it's why I'm here. Otherwise I wouldn't be here looking if I didn't believe what I was being told. Now I'm back on the path. Before heading back, I want to get over to one last section of forest to have a look around that area, and I'm not sure how easy it would be to get to because it seems to be a bit of an incline like that, and then it goes flat. So let's see if I can get up there, and that's part of it over on the other side of the field, but the only way in is further down here. But after I've had a look round there, because it's getting so busy around here, I just keep turning this on and off while I'm walking this path, and it's getting really, really busy. I'm going to call it a day on this side. Oh, here we go. This is a way in. So I'll have a quick nosy around here. See if I can get in there. Well, I've been walking around now for a bit, and I've come to this area where there's this great big massive tree in the way. And then there's some more fallen trees on that side, so I can't get through there. So this is the area I can't get any further past. As you can see, there's that, and there's another one there. That is where I've just come from. So I can't really get anywhere else from here. So I'm going to head down, should I say, back to that path, which is probably, if I can get through here, get back on that path and head back to care, because I know Caroline will be waiting for me. So yeah, just can't get past any of that there. So it means going back down the way I came if I can. Right, we've got out of there. I'm back on the path, and with this lovely British weather that we have, you can feel that rain You need to come down not far from the car park. I can't believe that. It's been such a lovely morning, and now we're getting clouds coming over and rain. I was hoping to hire a boat again and just go up and down the lake for a bit. I can see Caroline actually in front. She's been patiently waiting for me. But yeah, there's loads and loads of like fallen trees like this blocking your way into this area. I have to find a really good place to get in there and find some good paths that go around these trees. And again, this fallen tree here. It's everywhere you are. Is finding it difficult to actually get into this area. But when I did, when I got in, all these trees were stopping me going any further. It's actually a wind picking up now, as well as this rain coming in, which, it's only taken, I think, about half an hour that it's actually got picked up a wind, which is blowing in the water, and it's lapping against the side, and it was so still before. So it's that change in this area. So there we go, we got all that coming over here, all that mist you can see. There's the rain coming down. Looks like people are heading back to where their cars are. And there she is, patiently waiting while I'm going off wandering in the woods. So on our way back, we decided to take a bit of a shortcut. We've taken the ferry over from one side of Windermere to the other. It's only a mile long. It only doesn't even take 10 minutes, I don't think. So this is day 2 of being over here in the lakes, and we've come to Whinlatter Forest, where Alan heard the wood knocks. I'm going up to the point where he was camping that night because he pinned it so I can see exactly where he was camping and where the noise was coming from. Not been here long. We've more or less only just got here, just walking from the car park behind us. Quite a steep little road this, but it's within these trees behind me where he was camping. And the noise he heard, I believe, was coming from the area behind me now. But I'm not quite at the point where he was camping yet.
Wood knocks from the other side of a stream just that way. It's quite a bit away, but it's very loud. 1 o'clock in the morning. It's been going on for quite a bit.
So I went to the exact spot where it was. It was very hard to get to because where he camped underneath all these pines, and it was hard for me to get down there. I'm absolutely soaking wet at the moment because all the I've got pine needles down my back. Not only that, I've got a bit damp, and it's gone through to my socks. Quite damp. I'm heading my way back down to the car because it wasn't really successful because there's nothing. The ground under there wouldn't leave any prints or anything. Yeah, there was a sign of deer here and there, but what I found quite rude was, as I was walking through, I came to another path because there's a lot of mountain bike trails around here. So we've been trying to keep away from them. And that's why we're on this larger path now. But as you go into the woods, every so often you come across some bike trails, and they're coming down. There's quite a lot of people up here on the mountain bikes, and they're coming down. And there was one who was really rude, and more or less effing and jeffing and telling me to get off the trail before coming past. I was tempted to push him off, and I know I wouldn't do that. But the way he spoke to me was quite really rude, and I'm hoping he's down at the car park because I will tell him I was walking through the trees and I came upon this trail. It's not as though I was walking on this trail. But the people around here are quite rude while they're on the bikes, because even this great big path I'm walking on now, I'm getting people coming past on the bikes, they're tutting, they're pulling the faces. But this is a walking space. It's for everyone, it's not just for mountain bikers. And they're quite rude. If you're walking along here, I wouldn't advise anyone to come up here for a day out walking, because you don't get treated that well from mountain bikers. And I've never come across such a nasty bunch of people, because they didn't swear at me, but they more or less said, you shouldn't be on here. This is where we come riding our mountain bikes. And I know this belongs to the Forestry Commission, and I will be having words with them about it, because if they do want mountain bike trails around here, they should pinpoint on the map to where the mountain bikers go to where the walkers go. Then it'd be a lot easier. I know I'm around here looking for something different. I'm not out here for a walk. I'm out here to walk through the woods. But even that, it's not pleasurable when you get people almost screaming and shouting at you to get out of the way. These roads I'm walking on now, or trails, they're big enough, as you can see, for walkers and bikers. There you go, you've got two going down there now. So they are big enough for people to walk on and go up and down on the bikes. But it's strange the loops they give to you. I know I'm having a bit of a rant here, but I got so annoyed with that person, the way they spoke to me. They shouldn't be speaking to strangers like that in a place, like where it's for everyone to come walking. Just looking around the area now, because this bit I'm walking in now, I'm coming down to the end near the car park, but got all these woods, yeah, but they're not flat enough, as you can see, to actually pitch up and get a tent in there. And I suppose you could be all okay with an hammock. But yeah, it's not really good for tenting. I think Alan must have got himself a good spot when he came up here to camp the night in here. Pine needles down my back and down my front, they're all digging in. But yeah, the car park's just down there. You can see a Cooch in the past, and there's no bike riders at the moment here. I'll show you what I mean about the ground. As you can see, it's very lumpy in places, so it's very hard to get a tent in that area. Maybe further back you could, but it's on a steep hill as well. So hammocks would be better in that sort of area. And as you can see, it's all been felled over there in front of us. And then there's new trees on that side. So it's all right to walk in, have a walk around the woods. You know, you could walk around there. But as for camping, I don't know. And you can see how it stretches on a bit over to the hills there. And these are trails you can walk on. And there's one in the distance over there. And there's actually a grape centre in that direction you're looking at. So what we'll do is, we've got two walkers behind me. I wonder if they've been treated the same. So what we'll do now is go back to the car and we'll head somewhere else. And if we do end up in another wooded area or wherever, I'll put the camera on, do a bit of filming where we end up. I think we're going to go down into Keswick and that way back to Windermere and stop off at certain areas on the way. There's no one in the car park. I don't think the people who came past us are in the car park anyway. There's people getting out of the cars and pulling the bikes out. Anyway, this is Whinlatter Forest, and see you in a bit.